Hornqvist only 21. Goaltending-wise, Howard's our starter at this point. Mrazek, though, on the team, 1875. We'll see how he develops with the Red Wings. I think they're going to win at least one cup in this sim because hopefully, Datsuk will stay, not go to Russia. Lidstrom will retire as early. Edmonton Oilers here. So just one Taylor Hall. Hemsky's sick player. Ryan Whitney, I mentioned him before. Let's see how this bench takes what the boys do. Sean Orkoff, Sam Gandhi there. Taylor Hall should do pretty well, I think. Tom Gilbert, Jordan Eberle. How long will he last on the team? Same with Holt. Can they actually, rebuild around these guys that failed in real life? Linus Omar, he was nasty in terms of dangles, but didn't really make it in NHL. In terms of young guys, they got Jeff Petrie there. Goaltending-wise, Heavy Bullen's their starters. Relatively young Devin Dubnyk. After that, you have the Florida Panthers. Stephen Weiss, their best player. Samsonov, David Booth. Kulikov. This Florida team definitely looking a little bit rough. Dadonov before he went to Russia, then returned to Florida. So in this, there's no option to go to the KHL. He'll actually stay with Florida, so we'll see how he does there, unless they trade him. Good Branson, I think, just recently drafted as well. Their starting goalie here, Thomas Vokoun, 87. He was a really solid starting goalie back in the day, often overlooked. Young Monte Kopitar, Drew Doughty. Can they lead the Kings to a cup as they do in real life? They actually lead them to Justin Brown, Dustin Penner, Mr. Game 7, Williams there. Ryan Smith still in the NHL. Jared Stoll, Jesus, young Jack Johnson. That's before the Jeff Carter trade. Wayne Simmons still pretty young. Martinez. You got Matt Green there. Braden Shen's 19. Tyler Toffoli's 18. Goalie-wise, Jonathan Quick's an 88. Bernier backing him up. This Kings team does look like, they could be cup contenders in a couple years, just like in real life. And just a while here, Martin Havlat, another sick player to watch back in the day. Mikko Koivu. Brent Burns hasn't been traded to the Sharks yet. Andrew Burnett, Pierre-Marc Bouchard, Cullen, Zidlicki. You got John Madden here, Nick Schultz, Kyle Brodziak, Cal Clutterbuck, still pretty young. He's only 23. Jared Spurgeon there. I think Snipe has potential high top 4. I made him a medium late because I think Jared Spurgeon honestly is that good. You also got a young Marcos Scandella. Goaltending-wise, Nicholas Backstrom's their starter, not to be confused with the Capitals' first-line center. Jose Theodore backing him up, young Darcy Kemper. So, again, really curious to see what's going to happen with some of these players that were stars back in the day. Thomas Mechanic there, leading the Montreal Canadiens, James Wisniewski, Brian Gionta, Camilleri. I remember this Canadiens team, Scott Gomez, who I think they traded Ryan McDonough for. Andre Kostitsyn, a young PK Subban, has elite potential. Can he actually, win multiple Norrises? Or is his career going to start to decline 7 years into the sim like it's done in real life? A young Brendan Gallagher there as well. Goaltending-wise, 90 overall, Carey Price, their starter. Low franchise potential. I think that's fair. Price sometimes is the best goalie in the world. Other times, he's shaky. Shea Weber, speaking of Montreal, still on the Preds. Sam Ryan Suter, will be able to keep those guys. Will Philadelphia come in, offer Shea Weber? Mike Fisher there, leg one, Radulov. So Radulov, kind of like Dadonov, can't escape to the KHL. Is actually going to stay with the Preds, at least for a couple years. Steve Sullivan there, Sergei Kostitsyn, maybe he'll go to Montreal. Patrick Hornqvist, pretty young still. Joel Ward, Colin Wilson, Cody Franzen there. Roman Josi, 2075, medium elite. Ryan Ellis, Matthias Ekholm. They've got 3 very good young defensemen on the come up. Goalie-wise, 90 overall Rene, only 28. So very good to see what the Predators are going to do with those young defensemen. If they keep Weber and Suter, maybe they trade Roman Josi. That'd be kind of nuts. Devils here, Kovalchuk, again, another guy who can't escape to the KHL. They can't terminate his contract illegally or whatever. Zach Parise, will he stay with the New Jersey Devils or will he leave? Patrick Eliot, obviously a loyal New Jersey Devil. Travis Zajac, Pierre Sikora, I loved him on the Mighty Ducks. Brian Rolston there. Andy Green, only 28. David Clarkson, will he sign a big fat contract with the Leafs? And of course, in net, none other than Mark Berduer, still a 90 overall at 38. How long is he going to play for? I'm very curious to see when some of these legends start to retire. Tavares there, leading the Islanders. Does he, leave for the Maple Leafs once he's a UFA? That'll be curious to see. Molson, Okposo, Parento, Grabner. You got a younger Franz Nielsen there. Andrew McDonald, kind of like Russell. Shot blocking machine. A young Josh Bailey. I feel like Bailey probably could have medium top 6. I'm going to change that. You got a young Travis Hamonic here as well. Matt Martin, of course. Left for a bit, came back. Calvin DeHaan. In goal for the Islanders. They got Nabokov here. So this was an interesting one, guys. Nabokov signed with the Red Wings during this season, but then they had to put him on waivers. Islanders picked him up. So, technically during the first year sim, halfway through, the Islanders would get Nabokov. I figured whatever, we'll just have him start on their team. As they have Rick DiPietro here, $4.5 million for the next 11 years as a 77. I'm really curious to see if they'll buy him out. Will someone take that contract? That would be insane. New York Rangers here, Marian Gaborik, another guy I loved watching as a kid. Brandon Dubinsky, Ryan Callahan, Girardi. This Rangers team was pretty cool. Alexander Frolov, Wojciech Wolski, Mark Stahl, pretty young still. Ruslan Fedotenko, you got Brian Boyle there, Derek Stepan, and Nisimov, Michael Del Zotto, Sean Avery. And speaking of the Scott Gomez trade, guys, I just realized I forgot to add Ryan McDonough to this roster. But hopefully you understand, there's just so many players to keep track of. A young Chris Kreider, of course, for them in goal, 92. Henrik Lundqvist, the king. I feel like he'll probably play like the entire 10 years. Ottawa Senators here, Jason Spezza, Daniel Alfredson. No longer have, the All-Star, though, Danny Heatley. Sergei Gonchar there, Mikalik, Foligno hasn't gone to Columbus yet, Erik Karlsson. I gave medium franchise. I think there was like a 5-year span in the 2010s where he was, without a doubt, the best defense in the NHL. So if you guys want to argue with me, you can on that, but I think it's pretty fair. Look at the rest of this team here. Mark Stone's young, 1875. Will he be traded? Craig Anderson there starting, 86 overall at 29. After that, you have the Philadelphia Flyers, Chris Pronger, still in the NHL, Danny Briere, Mike Richards, Jeff Carter. Philadelphia hasn't torn it down yet, trading those two guys away, which I think they actually do the season after this one. I believe summer 2011, they trade Richards to the Kings, Carter to the Blue Jackets. You got Scott Hartnell there, pretty young Claude Giroux, Kimmo Timonen, Matt Carl, Christopher Stieg, Coburn, JVR there before he goes to the Leafs and returns. Nikolai Cherdev, he was another guy, just all skill, tons of fun to watch. In terms of goaltending here, a young Bobrovsky, who they decided to go for his Calv instead. Turns out that probably wasn't the right move.
The Hipper Clipper is a cut above.
Pittsburgh Penguins, Crosby, 94 at 23, high franchise. Dude's insane. Obviously, just won a cup, a year ago, right? The 2009 Cup, they beat the Red Wings. Malkin there, also world-class player, 91, franchise 24. Letang, Kunitz, Kovalev was still playing. Jordan Stahl, Matt Cook, Pascal Dupuis, James Neal, Martin Orpik. This Penguins team, honestly, looking through, was pretty stacked. Marc-Andre Fleury there, so they're starting goalie, 90 overall at 26. San Jose Sharks here, Anthony Yeti was their starter. Look at the Sharks, you got Joe Thornton at 92, an absolute playmaker. Patty Marleau, 88. Will those guys actually stay together, potentially win a cup with the Sharks? Dan Boyle, Danny Heatley, like I said, Mr. 1507, the All-Star himself. Joe Pavelski here, 26. Will he take over captaincy of this team like he does in real life? Ryan Clough, Mark-Edward Vlasic, Logan Couture still young, 21. Setaguchi there. Jason Demers is still young. Again, it's just so cool, looking at these old rosters. Now, the Seattle Kraken here, guys, obviously didn't exist back in 2010. So what I've done is made them a team of just, random bad players. Same goes for the Vegas Golden Knights, and basically those two teams are going to be placeholder teams, one in the West, one in the East, and we're going to pretend that it's still a 30-team league, and whatever team plays them that night basically gets a free win. If you lose, then you give up a free win, but because you can't change that teams in franchise, it's kind of the only way to do it. St. Louis Blues here, Andy McDonald's their best player, so St. Louis is a bit of a rough spot. David Backes, though, 26.85, obviously on the come-up. Steen, a younger TJ Oshie, Pietrangelo there, Chris Stewart, David Perron, Kevin Shackford, young. I think in 2010 they would have just recently traded Eric Johnson for him. Patrick Berglund there, still pretty young, 22. Kolyakovo, of course, now at TSN. Look at the rest of the team. You got Ryan Reeves there, should have 95 fighting. He's got 90 fighting, good enough. He can get better. Tarasenko's young, 1975. He's going to become a great player for them. Black's their starter. After that, you have Tampa Bay Lightning. Their goaltenders aren't the best. You got a 41-year-old Dwayne Rollison, Mike Smith backing him up. Their team is pretty stacked still. 91 St. Louis, a 20-year-old, 90 overall Steven Stamkos. Cavalier was still on the team. I love how you got the new superstar in Stamkos, still playing with the old superstars. Reminds me of when Crosby was playing with Lemieux. You got Simone Gagne there, another guy I really liked as a kid. Teddy Purcell, Ryan Malone. Victor Hedman's only 19, going to get much better. Pavel Kabina, Steve Downey there. Eric Brewer, Sean Bergheim, T.S. Oland. I think for young players, they got Tyler Johnson, kind of like Evgeny Nabokov on the Islanders. During this season, they actually signed Tyler Johnson as an undrafted free agent. So I figured I'd just let them have him 3 months early. Maple Leafs here, Tian Phaneuf backing as the captain. Phil Kessel, Joffrey Lupus, Nikolai Kulemin there, MacArthur Grabowski. That was a nasty second line for the Leafs for a couple seasons. Luke Shen, will he get traded for JVR? Tyler Bozak, young Carl Gunnarsson there, a young Kadri. Hopefully the Leafs don't trade him. They'll go on to be top 5 square of the new team. Couple team watch at this point, James Reimer, J.S. Jaguar, Vancouver Canucks. So this is the team that wins the West, loses to Boston in the Stanley Cup final. We all remember seeing that on the news. The Twins, Daniel and Henrik Sedin, 92 and 90 respectively. Ryan Kessler there's an 88. Edler, Burrows, Samuelson, Ehrhoff, Mason Raymond. I love watching him play too, just so fast. His career was cut short due to injuries. Cam Hughes, Pieksa, Higgins. Like, this team, they got Manny Malhotra, the face-off expert. They got some grit there. So stacked. Of course, in goal, 93, Roberto Luongo. Good luck. And then they got Corey Schneider backing them up. Kind of crazy. Like, the two teams with the best young backups, Corey Schneider for the Canucks, and then Tuukka Rask for Boston, both made it to the Stanley Cup final. Vegas Golden Knights here, like I said, just like Seattle, a team of nobodies. I'm really hoping Vegas and Seattle don't mess up the sim too much. I should mention, too, I'm going to be controlling one of them during the sim, so I'll make sure they never draft a good player, but the other team can draft good players. So if they can somehow rebuild a team of literally nothing into a contender, honestly, fair play to them. Washington Capitals up next, just like Crosby over here, 94 overall, high franchise. Backstrom's 88, Mike Green, crazy good offensive defenseman. Alexander's 7 there. You got Weidman, Brooks Lake, John Carlson's young, 21. Jason Arnott, before he retired. Like this team, Carl Alder's still pretty young, 23. I mean, solid team throughout, goaltending-wise. I got a ton of goalie options. Michael Neuberg, Semyon Varlamov, Holtby, Grubauer. They're all 22 and under. Like, what is Washington going to do here with the goalies? In real life, of course, they go with Holtby. He's got the best potential here, so that makes sense. What are they going to trade the rest of the guys for? And finally, here, the Winnipeg Jets currently have Andre Pavlich, Chris Mason as their goalies. Also, they should have mentioned the 2010-2011 season was the last year the Atlanta Thrashers existed. So, just for fun, we're going to sub out the Jets for the Thrashers. And we'll see what would have happened if they never moved to Winnipeg. Now, in terms of the skaters here, you got Dustin Byfuglien, again, recently retired from Chicago. Same with Andrew Ladd, Antropov there, Enstrom, Little, pretty young Blake Wheeler, 24. Ron Hainsey was there. Rookie Evander Kane, Dvorak, Oduya. Again, this team has some building blocks. Zach Goshen there, relatively young. Alex Burmistrov, he went to the KHL. He's got low top 6. Will he have a better career in the sim? Let's find out. So, again, guys, I'm very excited to see what's going to happen here. I should mention, too, I've added a bunch of prospects on top of the ones Snipe and Score already made. Unfortunately, though, you can't add enough prospects to fill out every draft class. That's what they max amount of creative players in the NHL game. So I feel like we're still going to include a good amount of real-life prospects from the 2011, 2012, 2013, and 2014 drafts. Now, I don't want to spoil that for you guys now. I'll wait till we're actually at each of those drafts during the sim. And next, you guys, I want to show you what each team's jersey is going to look like for this simulation. As not only does Snipe and Score make all the players for 2010, but they also make sure that every team's jersey is actually accurate to the 2010 season. So, Anaheim Ducks here, you can see home and away. You can also see what their best player game face looks like. After that, you get the Atlanta Thrashers, like I said, taking over for the Jets. I think he did a pretty good job with it, honestly, considering, what there is to work with within the EA, customization options. Boston Bruins there. I feel like Charlie definitely did a pretty good job on. He's huge there. Buffalo Sabres, you can see definitely a different looking jersey. Home away. Pretty creative, too, with the alternate there. Going with the belt tie, of course, when they have the Buffalo cursive. Calgary Flames here. You got Drummond Ginla. Again, it's really cool, I think, just how much detail really is in this roster. It's a shame that not everyone can play it because you have to be on Series X. I mean, look at this. He even made the Team Lidstrom and Team Stahl from the All-Star game. Chicago Blackhawks here. You're, of course, looking at Patrick Kane. After that, you have the Colorado Avalanche. I mean, look at the goatee on Haydu. He got it perfect. Columbus Blue Jackets here. Rick Nash, I think he actually did a really good job on as well. Dallas Stars, you got the old just star, the D there for the jersey, then the star on the way. I think he did a good job. Red Wings here. Red Wing jersey at least will be a pretty simple one, home and away. Edmonton Oilers here. You got the home, the away, and the alternate. Florida Panthers are up next. I see Thomas McCoon's their best player. It'd be cool if the goalie actually popped up, if that's the team's best player was. LA Kings, practically rocks more of the purple opposed to just the black and the white. Honestly, I like the purple. I feel like it made the jersey stand out more than just simple black and white. Minnesota Wild here. That red jersey is definitely interesting. I like the alternate one, the green, the beige. Montreal Canadiens. House Mechanic, I like. He's also got the goatee on. So again, a lot of attention to detail. Nashville Predators here. The old jerseys there. Definitely better than that one, all yellow jersey they have. Devils here. They have red and green back 2010. On the alternate, they did okay. New York Islanders here. I feel like the Islanders jerseys have stayed pretty much the same the entire decade. New York Rangers up next. You got Marion Gaborik there rocking the C, which don't pay attention to. I think it just shows the C for every created jersey. Ottawa Senators here, back when they had the 3D Senator. Now they're back to the 2D. I do like the 2D better. Flyers here, got a huge Chris Pronger there. Now we're going to afford you the Phoenix Coyotes here, not the Arizona Coyotes. Luckily, we actually have the real logo, so that's really cool to see. I feel like nailed those jerseys, honestly. And then, again, pretty creative, get the alternate going. Pittsburgh Penguins there. Those are the jerseys that they won the Stanley Cup with. the first one I should say, of like the 3. The light blue, I think that was like the Winter Classic. That's kind of cool. San Jose Sharks there. Joe Thorne's game face actually looks pretty solid. I like the all-black alternates for them. St. Louis Blues there, home away. And alternate, next year you got the Tampa Bay Lightning. Martin St. Louis rocking the home, the away, and the alternate there. Again, like, this just looks so good. The Maple Leafs, the old Maple Leaf logo. Phil Kessel there. Feel like Phil Kessel's never that skinny, but fair enough. Vancouver Canucks, these jerseys with the Sedins rocking them. Absolute classic there. The alternate with just the stick. Washington Capitals, Ovi with the jersey tuck, the tinted visor. That is just so classic. And that is it for the jerseys. So we're going to get into the simulation now, guys. I know I had to show you all the rosters, all the jerseys and stuff, but really excited to see what's going to happen. And next year, guys, we're going to show you the divisionary alignment. For this, we're assuming the NHL never expands. Atlanta never moves to Winnipeg. But the NHL decides to go with the 4 divisions opposed to 6. So the Pacific here is the old Pacific plus the 3 Canadian teams. Pretty simple, and I feel like you keep most of the rivalries. Central Division here is the old Central plus Colorado and Minnesota. Basically, we just cut the Northwest in half. Honestly, I kind of like this too. You can kind of rekindle the old Red Wings Avalanche rivalry. Minnesota fits perfectly in the Central, so makes a lot of sense. We got Seattle there in the Central, so that way there's 15 teams on the West and 15 teams on the East. Now on the eastern side, the Atlantic is essentially the old Northeast plus the 2 Florida teams. I think that makes sense. And then the Metro here is the old Atlantic plus half the Southeast in Atlantic, Carolina, and Washington. So really the divisions stay together for the most part, aside from the 2 that I had to cut in half to obviously put on each side. Also, 2 guys should point out in the West, Vancouver Canucks, highest rated team, tied Detroit, both 89s. The Edmonton Oilers there, the lowest 81 again. Ignore Seattle. Chicago, those an 88, they're a contender. In the East here, I think Boston, the highest 89. Pittsburgh goes close, 88. And the Islanders, the only lowest in the East, the lowest in the NHL at 79. And the Florida Panthers are also really low, they're 81. But in the real life 2010-2011 season, the Oilers got last. Unfortunately, there's no way to move around draft picks in franchise, so we're just going to go with classic draft pick ownership where every single team gets all 7 picks. It's the only way to do it, because the other way, authentic, would just not be fair at all. Arizona would have like 3 first-round picks this year. So we're finally in franchise now, but I've got one more thing to show you guys before we start the sim. Back in 2010-2011, Year Dogger was playing in the KHL. The next season, he came to the NHL. So I figured, let's just do it a year early, because Yager's going to end up here anyways. Right now, he's a free agent. Very curious to see which team will win the Yager sweepstakes. He's 30 years old. He ends up playing like 7 more years in the NHL once he comes back. So we'll see who picks him up. And check this out, guys. Who else would sign Yager other than the current back-to-back Cup champs in the Tampa Bay Lightning back in 2010? Obviously, they only had that one Stanley Cup in 2004. Now, you guys can also see some of the trade values there. I was looking through. There's some cool ones. For instance, Vegas Golden Knights Seattle. It's so fair. Washington Capitals, Ovechkin. Basically at the max there. Same goes for Crosby there with the Penguins. Falcons very high. I think Philadelphia, really interesting. So you got Mike Richards and Jeff Carter. 10 and 12-year contracts respectively. Obviously, you can't have that in the game anymore. The Islanders, I feel so bad for. Look at the DiPietro contract. 11 mil for the next 11 years. It got worse. Will they buy him out now? I don't know. I don't think there's any way around that, though. The Devils have Kovalchuk, 7.4 for the next 15, and he still has a good amount of value. Carey Price from the Montreal Canadiens surprisingly doesn't have a lot of value. That's honestly kind of a weird one. Yeah, Lundqvist on the Rangers does, even though he's only 2 overall higher, older, bigger contract. That's a strange one. My Detroit Red Wings, of course, got the 3 legends at the top. Datsuk there, tons of value. Zetterberg, Lidstrom. Hopefully Datsuk's more than just, a draft, move up, trade. Hopefully, like I said, he stays with the team. Stanley Cup champs, Boston Bruins there. You can see their trade values. I don't think I showed Toronto. I know half you guys watching Toronto fans. Right there's a look at Toronto. So, finally, guys, we're going to start the simulation. Next time I'm talking to you will be playoff time. We'll see who won the Stanley Cup. Let's get started. I totally forgot about the trade deadline, guys. As you can see here, Phoenix is loading up. They added Joe Corvo and Eric Cole from the Hurricanes for a first and second round pick. In 2023, though, which will actually be the 2012 draft, we know isn't the best draft. Yakupov went first overall. Yakupov is not in this. Seems like a wasted creative player spot when it's only so limited. To remember, guys, basically just add or minus 11 years. So, we started this in 2021. It's really like starting in 2010. The 2022 Cup winner will really be like the 2011 Cup winner. Easy way to remember it. But yeah, we'll see that first round pick pays out or not for the Hurricanes. And another big trade, look at this one. Edmonton gets 2 first round picks. Will be a 2011 and a 2012 first rounder for Ryan Whitney. He's going to the other Alberta team in Calgary. I wonder if you'd like that or not, as well as Vandermeer there. Okay, so Edmonton, the king of first-round picks for 3 years. They get a couple more. We'll see what happens with those two. And so around the end of the 2010-2011 season here, guys, looking at the new Central, St. Louis finishes first with 98. Really surprised. I thought it would have been the Red Wings or the Blackhawks. Red Wings don't even make the playoffs. 91 points. Are you kidding me? Avalanche do, though. Real life, they got second last that season. That's crazy. Bruins there 107. They're dominant. Sabres, Canadiens, Lightning, Maple Leafs make it in. So that year that they finished, what was it, 2011? They didn't make the playoffs. They weren't dead last either. They actually make it in. Golden Knights, of course, they don't really count. Senators 75. Devils there, very dominant, 114. Potentially the last year they had Parise, Rangers, Penguins. In the Pacific here, you got Sharks, Canucks, Flames, Kings, Coyotes. Coyotes, last wildcard spot with 103 points. That really sucked for them after those big trades they hadn't made it in. So I just want to take a quick look at the overall league standings. You can see Devils there win the President's Trophy, the 114 points. And you had, wow. You had 12 teams that had over 100. So it doesn't look like the league was quite as balanced as it is now. And last place, we're not counting Seattle or Vegas, was the Hurricanes, the 73. That is very interesting. AHL doesn't really matter for this. I don't think I pointed it out, but the AHL is like dry, it's empty. It's just a bunch of like random 60 guys, kind of like Seattle and Vegas teams. We'll see here who wins the Art Ross Trophy. Crosby with 102. Okay, so lower scoring here, I had the scoring set to medium, is actually back, a decade ago. Scoring wasn't quite as high. This is actually pretty realistic. Daniel Sedin 96, Parise 90, Kovalchuk, Patty Marleau, Ovechkin still at 47 goals. Crosby at 56 though. Ginla, Kopitar, Malkin. Okay, so very cool to see. I'm glad it's relatively realistic. Lidstrom, almost a point per game at 41, and the Red Wings can't make the playoffs for him. Are you kidding me? He's gone. He's done. But Nook at 66. Ryan Whitney looking like a Norris Trophy candidate there on the Calgary Flames. So rookie skaters, I'm not sure. Okay, yeah, so it messes up. It thinks every creative player is rookie skater. That's fine. We just won't count the Calder for the first year. Goaltending wise for Dewar, 38 years old, he had 48 wins, .921 and 2.36. Are you kidding me? Now the draft results are in here, guys. Vegas picking first overall. Again, that's a team we're not controlling. That kind of sucks. If Seattle won first overall, I could purposely make them not choose a good player. So maybe I'll try and get first overall to do that. Minnesota though jumps up from 12 to 2. We're picking third. You might see there the Blackhawks, back-to-back Cup champs. They won it in 2010. That was their first of 3 Cups. And they win it again in 2011. We'll take a look at the playoff tree here, see how it all broke down. So the Blackhawks beat the Avs in 7, swept the Kings, Sharks in 6, before beating the Lightning in 6. Yager almost won another. The Devils, they made the conference final out in the East. The Bruins, I just realized, swept by the Lightning first round opposed to winning it all. And the Canucks out in the first round versus the Flames. So neither teams are supposed to be there really show up in the playoffs. Looking at the awards next year, already mentioned Blackhawks Cup champs, Devils President's Trophy winners, individual Crosby, Art Ross, and Hart. Lidstrom, James Norris, just another one for his resume. Daniel Sedin, Lady Bing. Crosby wins the Calder that he never got because Ovi won it. Corey Crawford, Conn Smythe. Antoniemi, though, won the best. Now, okay, I thought his stats looked pretty similar to Berger's there, and I was looking at goalies. He also got the Liam Jennings Trophy. This random guy in Seattle, Bill Masterton. Leafs coach Jack Adams. Was that Paul Maurice back at this time? I can't remember, but the fact they made playoffs, I would definitely give it to him. Datsuk, Selke, that's sick. Crosby, Ted Lindsay, and Crosby, Risha Shard. Yeah, Crosby just cleaned up this year. Now, this is actually kind of cool, guys. In the AHL, Ryan Ellis won Outstanding Rookie, as well as Best Defenseman. I think he's supposed to be playing for the Spits still, but whatever. And then Ben Bishop, MVP of the Calder Cup playoffs. We'll see if he really, becomes an elite goalie. He does in real life. Look at this, guys. This is the retired player screen. No one's on it. That's awesome, because obviously all the older creative players, it sucked only having them for 1 season. They're all coming back for at least 1 more year. That's pretty cool. And so now at the draft here, guys, again, this is the 2011 draft class. Let's see who we got. Kucherov, franchise potential.
Oh my God.
So Kucherov was franchise because I feel like he kind of is a franchise player. He just took longer to develop, so his rate's a bit lower. Huberdeau there. Those 2 guys made up. Nugent Hopkins, Landeskog, Couturier, Dougie Hamilton, Shifley, Zibanejad, Johnny Gaudreau. I think there's actually some undrafted free agents too that would be in this draft, but just no one took in real life. John Gibson there, of course, very good goalie. I think we just keep going down here. There we go, Andre Palat. And further down here, projected second-round players, Danny Gore, Jonathan Marchessault, both guaranteed me a top 6 gems. Again, these 2 were in the 2011 draft, but didn't get drafted. I think, they're going to get drafted here. here. So I'll sim the first couple rounds and we'll take a look and see who went where. All right, guys, so I just simmed the first 2 rounds of the draft. You might notice we picked first and third. This is because after trading for the Vegas first overall pick, I had to go with like a couple extra firsts. 5 years from now, there won't be any real life prospects that are put in the game. I noticed that Minnesota took Huberdeau in the second pick. They're supposed to take trav. So I then used Rakos and trade him to Vegas to get the third pick. I think I had that like a third rounder. Wasn't much. So I took both like computer generated guys. That way, the real teams are getting the real life prospects. Nuge there actually drops to 4. And kind of like real life, Kucherov drops to 5 with franchise potential. Mark's go time number 1. I'm not sure what Minnesota and Carolina are looking at. But Ottawa there gets a great player, Nikita Kucherov. Edmonton gets Gabe Landeskog at number 6. A lot of people think they should have taken him first overall instead of Nuge. Hamilton at 7, the Atlanta Thrashers. Couturier goes to Dallas. Zibanejad to the Islanders. Obviously ends up on the Rangers after being drafted by the Sens. That's very interesting. Scheifele on Nashville. Johnny Gaudreau with the Ducks. Made-up guy. John Gibson of the Leafs. So this is really cool. As the pick that the Ducks used to take John Gibson was the Leafs pick that they traded the Ducks for, I think, Tyler Biggs. So the Leafs kind of making up on that trade. Andre Palat, late first-round pick by the Kings. Great pick. I mean, pretty good value, but not as good value as the Tampa Bay Lightning get him in the 7th round. And then the last pick in the first round, guys, the Leafs loading up on goalies. Also taking Jordan Binnington there. Like, are you kidding me? Now, round number 2, there's just a couple guys, the 2 undrafted players. The first one to go was Yanni Gourde with the Dallas Stars. Dallas is having an incredible draft. And then Jonathan Marchessault.
Oh, fucking A, dude.
That's honestly kind of cool. Obviously, ends up there. That's his best season of his career, so very, very cool. But I think Dallas getting Couturier and Yanni Gourde, as well as at least getting the 2 goalies. They're probably the 2 teams that won this draft, along with
that guy's got a rifle.
It's around the 2011 free agency here, guys. We'll see who the top players available. Brad Richards isn't here, so he wants to re-sign with the Dallas Stars. We'll take a look at how much. Nikolai Sheridan wants 8.7. Andrew Burnett, Tucker wants almost 8. Simone Gagne, Tim Connolly, Kovalev. Honestly, Timo Solani there, leaving the Ducks, that's crazy. Tyler Bozak leaving the Leafs. There's really no superstars in this first year's graded class, which is good to see. All the teams kept their superstars, which they should. They have so much cap space. Our team there is $80 million, which is just a joke. Take a look at goalies here. Brian Elliott up to an 88. Must have had a great year. Pascal there, 88. I think he was 87. So only a bit of a jump. Smith, Turncoat, Theodore. Okay, so definitely will be some movement. Very curious to see kind of where Yager goes, Solani, but like I said, really no superstars here, which is good to see. Most of the teams kept them. I'm sure as the years go on, the contracts get bigger. More superstars will be available for agency. All right, guys, let's have the start of the 2011-2012 season. You can see Brad Richards there, new contract with the Dallas Stars, paying him 9.3. It's actually what they signed for in real life, but the salary cap is higher, so that makes sense. Red Wings here, my favorite team. Got team for Solani. I can't believe it. 41 years old. They got a 2-year, $7.4 million deal. Not bad there for Solani. Look at the Devils here. They keep Parise. Cost them $10.5 million. So a lot of money. Hopefully, he plays well for them. Looking at the Islanders here, I was curious if DiPietro got bought out, and he did not. I kind of feel bad, but buried, it's like $10 million against the cap. So basically, they're below the cap team. We'll see if they can pull something off. It'd be cool. Rangers here. Yager returns to New York. How cool was that? He played like 3 or 4 years for the Rangers before going to KHL. He's now back on New York. Very, very cool. I want to show you guys actually the Blackhawks lines here after they won the Cup. Obviously, they added some guys, but you can see some growth too from players. Kane's up to a 94. Like, how ridiculous is that? They signed a couple Bosky there. Their defense is gross. Keith Seabrook, Jarmelson, Campbell, Tim and Leddy. Like, are you kidding me? Now, 2011-2012 season, the Kings won that Stanley Cup. Looking at their team, they still got Jack Johnson with Doughty there, Martinez. Offensively, Ryan Smith still there with Kopitar. Simmons at 86 now. Mr. Game 7. This looks like a good team. Jonathan Bernier, Jonathan Quick, good goalie duo. Will they win the Stanley Cup? Let's find out. So at the end of the 2011-2012 season, guys, unfortunately there was no blockbuster trade in the deadline. I had no pop-up. As you can see here, Blackhawks win the division. Red Wings back in the playoffs with the Avalanche and the Blues. Canadians, Bruins, Senators, and Lightning there in the Atlantic. Capitals, Flyers, Penguins, Devils in the Metro. Canucks, Sharks, Coyotes, and Flames in the Pacific. So good to see Seattle, Vegas still not playing well. Mike Santorelli there. Seattle signed him, the assistant GM, put up 59.82. We'll take a look here at the standings. You see won the President's Trophy. We'll see won the Art Ross Trophy, all that good stuff. So Blackhawks take home the Presidents. Have after winning the Stanley Cup, not too bad. And wow, again, tons of teams putting up 100 plus, like 12 teams there with 100 plus points. And last place, not including us in Vegas, on the National Predators, 57 points. Luckily for them, though, they have a bunch of stud young defensemen coming up. And Tyler Lee Crosby again, it's his league, 101 points. Martin St. Louis, 97, Stanley 95, so they're the duo. And really, they were an awesome duo in real life. I wish St. Louis would have stayed on Tampa for a bit longer. Kane Bear, Malkin, Ovechkin. I'm surprised Crosby's outscoring Ovechkin. Obi shot there. I mean, it's pretty much perfect. 96,
What the fuck?
98. Crosby's shot is basically perfect, though, so that's how he's outscoring Obi, I guess. Now, he's a playmaker, whereas Ovechkin's a sniper. I guess it doesn't really matter. Lidstrom at 90 points. That's a 41.
Fuck, dude, it's a fucking defense,
Big
man.
back shows Zach Parise had a pretty good year. So we'll look at the defensemen. We can actually have rookie skaters. Curious to see who win the Calder. I think Nick Lidstrom's winning the Norris Trophy in what was his real life last season in NHL, 2011-2012. Keith there, Carlson at 70. He's up to an 89 now at 21. Tang, he's at 90 at 24. Ryan Whitney, on the Flames. Victor Hedman there, has an 86 already. Sergei Gonchar and Boyle Price Edstrom. Let's see, rookie skaters. This makeup kind of
They're about to pull,
to
man.
them. 61 points, that's annoying. He's good with a Calder over Huberdeau. Tarasenko at 53.
Fucking teammate doing shit.
St. Louis helped Tarasenko out of the NHL their first season. Nuge at 50. Magnus 45 at the wings. Marchessault there. Landeskog. Another made-up guy on our team, actually. Tyler Johnson. Looking at the goalie stats here. Mike Smith, 44 wins with the Coyotes. Did Mike Smith actually go to Arizona from Tampa Bay as well? I just checked that, and he did. 10-11 he was on Tampa Bay. 11-12 he was on the Coyotes. How cool is that?
What the fuck, man?
And yeah, he was in the league. Now, save percentage-wise, Tuukka Rask, I guess the lack of point 97 and 2.2. Looks like he's about to take over the best of. And check this out, guys. The 2012 draft results.
I can't stop the bleeding if they don't fucking shoot the puck over there.
Jumping up to 9. Vegas their third. I see Atlanta as the 16th pick via New York. I never saw the New York-Atlanta trade pop up, so I'm kind of annoyed. Look at that, guys. I was shocked when I saw it. The Avalanche are your 2012 Stanley Cup winners. I mean, it's a pretty big comp for them. In real life, they didn't last forever. They missed the playoffs in the 2011-2012 season, so very, very impressed, to see them taking on the cup. We'll look at their road there, who they had to go through. So in the first round, they beat Detroit 4-2. Detroit with Solani, Norris winner probably in Lidstrom. That's a very impressive first round win. I'm not just saying that as a Red Wings fan. Also, two guys I just noticed, the Kings didn't make the playoffs the year they're supposed to win the cup. They then beat the Blackhawks in 6, defending cup champs. Flames in 7, and then they beat the Ottawa Senators in 7 in the Stanley Cup final. That's crazy. So the Ottawa Senators made the Stanley Cup final the year after drafting Kucherov. I think like lightning. They might be on the start of a dynasty here. And now the awards here, guys. Obviously, already know all the team awards. Individual here, Crosby back-to-back Art Ross trophies. Patty Kane, though, got the Hart Trophy. Nick Lidstrom, back-to-back James Norris trophies. Marty St. Louis, Lady Bing. Tarasenko gets the Calder, very cool. Milan Hedu, Conn Smythe for the Avs. Carey Price gets his first Vezina in this sim. Love it. Corey Crawford, William Jennings Trophy. This guy in Vegas, Will Masterton. Ottawa coach Jack Adams. So, they weren't even really supposed to be there. Made the cup final. Bergeron gets his first of many Selkies. Kane, Ted Lindsay. Wow. Phil Kessel, Richard Sharp. I saw Crosby had more goals than Obi. I didn't realize Kessel had the most goals. I gotta take a look at this now. And look at this guy. Phil Kessel had 54 goals, one more than Crosby, even though he had 19 less points. And look at the AHL player awards here, guys. Basically, I'm just looking to see if any of our prospects are doing well. Palat here got the most points, as well as MVP. He also got best rookie, which makes sense, seeing as he won the MVP there. Braden Holtby, best goalie in the AHL. Very cool. And Tyler Toffoli, MVP of the Calder Cup playoffs. All right. And so we don't have retired players here. Are they all going to make it through 2 seasons? Some players did retire this year. They're just hard to find. Sean Thornton there with the Bruins. Craig Gervais with the Blue Jackets. Thomas Holmstrom here with the Red Wings. That sucks to see. Mark Brecky with the Kings. He's 44, so, he had a long career. Jamal Myers there with the Wild. Anyone else really of note? I don't think so. So, even, 2 years in, only losing 4 or 5 guys, that's pretty good. And so now at the 2012 draft here, guys, you take a look at the draft class. This was obviously not made a pretty poor draft. You got a made-up guy first and second overall. Morgan Riley third. Philip Forsberg fourth. Thomas Hurdle fifth. Okay, so those are 3 of, the actual, players we put in. Vasilevsky there at 10. Franchise goalie. Probably the best player from this draft. Connor Hellebuyck as well was in this draft too. I'm trying to remember if there was another goalie. I don't think so. There was, right, Freddie Anderson, also in this draft. I think this really was like the draft of goalies. I believe it's just those three players in Forsberg, Riley, and Hurdle. But goalie-wise, yeah, you also got
seriously, you guys had a better. Oh my god, team is garbage.
Goalies to go here, and the fact you can get Olmark, who I think has got medium starter as late as end of the second round, pretty good value. So see where all these guys go. So I just sent through the first round of the draft, guys. I took this made-up guy first overall. Luis the other one second. He's at 83 medium lead. Our guy's only at 79. Justin was the first-ranked prospect, but our scouts had commissary being a gem. Can't trust the scouts, I guess. Morgan Riley goes to Vegas. I mean, come on. He was right there for the Leafs to take. Maybe if I took Gustafsson, the Leafs would have taken him. How cool would that have been? Philip Forsberg, though, taken by Nashville at 4. There we go. Thomas Hurdle's a Dallas Star. 76, high top 6. We mentioned Riley 78 medium lead. Sam Forsberg. Now, Tampa fans look away. Vasilevsky is a Florida Panther. Goes to the bigger rival. Connor Hellebuyck there, a New York Islander. I'm trying to remember. I think Freddie Anderson went the first round as well. He did to the Montreal Canadiens. So Anaheim ended up with two good goalies, Gibson, Anderson. They chose Gibson. Will Montreal choose Price over Anderson and trade him away to the Leafs? We'll see. Matt Murray there from Minnesota Wild, 68 medium starter. Well, there's Lincoln's here, 63 medium starter, goes to the Avalanche. Yeah, right here, Kirby Salad, 67 high fringe, Detroit, and Linus Ullmark, 65 high fringe, the San Jose Sharks. I think that's it for, the actual players. This Healy guy goes to Atlanta, that's kind of cool. So, get to free agency now and see who's out there. Throughout the free agency period here, guys, John Carlson's available, 89 overall. He better be an RFA. He is an RFA, okay, so the game's working that way. He's 23. You gotta assume the Capitals will come to an agreement. He wants $11 million, though. You gotta remember, there's a lot more money now for these teams than they had in real life at the time. David Krejci, is he a UFA? He is leaving Boston. Wow. Ryan Hansel there wants a lot of money as well. Alex Semin, a free agent. Alex Hamsky, Patrick Sharp, more. Dustin Penner, Chris Kunitz. Shane Doan leaves the Coyotes. Are you kidding me? Matt Carle, Joe Gorval, Niskanen, Falski. Red Wings are Frolsky and Cronwall and Samuelson. Come on. Some good defensemen available goaltending-wise. Carey Price, RFA. You got to figure Montreal will find a way to sign him. Pecorine has actually gone down in rating. Was a 90, down 87. Divic's 84 now. Schneider, 85. 1 year left to grow. He might get to an 87. In real life, he did get to a 90, but it's tough because goalies, kind of reach their ceiling later in real life, where in the game they only have till 26. Some backups other than that available. So definitely a bigger free agency class, and we'll sim to this right next season. We'll see what the biggest free agents went. Take a look at the Avalanche roster, and then we'll start the 2012-2013 sim. So let's start the 2012-2013 season, guys. I want to show you where some of the bigger name free agents went. Patrick Sharp here, signed the LA Kings. We'll see if he can kind of push them over the hump, get them back in the playoffs. Montreal Canadiens were able to keep Carey Price. Show you guys that. I kind of figured they would. He's making $12 million the next 7 years. I'll see if Price can win a cup there with the Montreal Canadiens. And after that, looking at the New York Islanders, not done with just Connor Hellebuyck. They also signed Corey Schneider there, 26-86. So they're really just done with Team Pietro. Rangers here, Lundqvist, 89. Surprised his value is that low. They signed somebody, Alexander Simmons, actually got the most value on their team. After that, notice Pittsburgh Penguins here signed Alex Hemsky, also Crosby and Malkin, both have max trade value. Now, Crosby, younger, higher potential, less value, but it's because he's got 1 year left, he's not extended. Imagine if Sidney Crosby goes to free agency and like this alternate timeline. You guys have seen all the new Marvel stuff, Spider-Man, all that. Well, this is basically like a multiverse of the past decade. Also, I was looking through the team. They signed Oshie's now in the Canucks. I don't remember seeing him in free agency, so I'm not sure if he got traded there and just wasn't a pop-up. David Krejci's on Vegas, who obviously should exist. John Carlson stayed with Washington. He's now at 90 already. At 23 years old, it's really crazy. And I should show you guys too. Our team, again, I'm not controlling it. Our assistant GM here signed Pecorine. So I feel like Vegas, Seattle probably still going to be, the worst teams. We'll take a look here at the Avalanche Stanley Cup winning team. So they got O'Reilly on the first line with 87 faceoffs. After Shane 91, his faceoffs got better than O'Reilly's, even though O'Reilly has the faceoff ability there. And Hayduke, that's kind of a nasty first line. Jones, Stastny, Darren Helm they pick up. Zach Wojciak, everyone, followed by him on Twitter. Kopechki, Contra, okay. Defensively, John Michael Lyles, Eric Johnson, Tyson Berry, Ryan Wilson, Lashley Schmid, Brian Elliott was a 88 starter for them. Good team, but I don't know. I expect a little bit better, I think. Now the Blackhawks, or who actually won, the 2013 Stanley Cup, they've added Grabowski, Ray Whitney, Dave Boland's up in 83 for a league there. Sean Avery's on their team. I think the defense is the same, it's still stacked. And the team that got last place this year, Colorado actually got second last in the 2012-2013 season, and they're currently defending Stanley Cup champs. Florida got last in real life. Kulikov's 85. Wyson Dadonov, Sergei Samsonov, David Booth. We'll see what happens. I think they signed Jason Arnott as well. Like I said, you guys will sim, to a trade deadline, then get started the playoffs. So just didn't pass the trade deadline, guys. And again, there was no blockbuster trade alert, so I decided to just actually look at the trade feed. I should have done that last year too. I apologize. Steve Octay goes to Phoenix. Freddie Anderson to the Avalanche. So yeah, much so drafted him. They're like, we have Carey Price. They moved on, and they got a couple picks back there. Plus Peter Budaj. Pittsburgh gets Jeff Petrie from Edmonton. So just like real life, Edmonton moves on from him. Was it too early? We'll find out. Brad Boyce, the Senators from Buffalo. Ray Emery there goes to Atlanta. Tobias Enstrom of the Ducks. It's a pretty big trade. Sergei Kostitsyn to the Lightning. Andrew Cogliano and Theo Peckham to the Rangers from Edmonton. Okay. And Norton there to the Islanders. So overall, like a decent trade deadline, but yeah, definitely no blockbuster trades here. As we're at the end of the season here, guys, Blackhawks won our division and the Western Conference. We'll see if they can win that 2013 Cup like they did in real life. The Avalanche do not finish second last in the NHL. They actually finished second in the division. So they're doing a lot better here in the sim than they did, in the actual 2013 season. Blues and Red Wings make it in there. I should look at the other Western division first. Ducks, Canucks, Kings, and Sharks. Oilers there have not made the playoffs yet. True to real life. In the East here, Lightning, Canadian, Maple Leafs make it in. I'm surprised Maple Leafs, bounced back so hard here. Senators made it to the second final. This year they missed the playoffs. Capitals, Penguins, Rangers, Islanders, and Devils there. On the other side, Thrash is doing pretty bad. I think, as they were doing pretty bad, they didn't make the playoffs for a while after they moved to Winnipeg. And look at the entire league, guys. The Blackhawks do win the President's Trophy there. So we'll see if they can complete that and get the Cup. A lot of still 100-plus point teams. Minnesota and Atlanta finished below the Vegas Golden Knights. I showed you guys, Vegas, Seattle had literally nothing to work with. So that's not a good look for those teams. We'll take a look here. Lee Stepniak was on our team as well. He put up 60. Mason Reno, we signed 2. I said I really like watching him on Vancouver. Entire league. It's Stamkos now, not Crosby, with 109. St. Louis 109. Those guys tearing it up together. Obi 101 with 61 goals. Might be waiting to reach a shark. Crosby also 101. Kovalchuk 101. Kessler, Parise, Backstrom, Perry. Very, very cool. And Izzo Ovechkin with 61. Stammer's up to a 94 now. Again, if it wasn't for injury problems early in his career, he would have had, even better stats. I think a lot of people forget, or maybe you were too young, but Stamkos, his first few years in the league, he was just so good. Erik Karlsson might be taking the Norris Trophy here from Lidstrom, but Lidstrom's a plus 29. Victor Hedman, 75 points to 22. He's 89 overall. So he grew a little bit faster here in this sim, but that's all right. Erik Karlsson's at 93 right now at 22. Lidstrom's on 88 at 42. Duncan Keith, but enough. All right, Letang, Mike Green, Yandel, PK Subban, rookie skaters here. The guy on the Leafs, the creative guy, of course, he's going to be the guy that wins the Calder. Our guy's second. Oh, wow, so the guys that got drafted in 2012, actually, Phil Forsberg there did play, but he only had 30 points. With the Preds, James Riley, 25 points. Interesting. And then we'll take a look at goalies here. Corey Crawford, 45 wins. And save percentage-wise, the best starters. Corey Schneider on the Islanders, .922 and a 2.59. And the playoffs just completed, guys. Check this out. The LA Kings won the Stanley Cup a year later than they did in real life. And they also win the Calder Cup. So the Kings there with the clean sweep. Very, very impressive. I'll take a look at retired players, the awards, all that stuff. We're picking first overall again, which is good, though, because we're picking first overall. We can take a creative guy, the real guy, can go, second. And Dallas, the biggest jump you can make from 12 to 2. Carolina 3. Wow, Vegas isn't picking until 6. Minnesota 4, Atlanta 5. So this would actually be like a 2013 draft. You're thinking Nathan McKinnon, Alexander Barkov. There's going to be some very good players available here. So take a look at that playoff tree. See who the Kings had to beat to get their first Stanley Cup in this sim. So we got them beating the Canucks in 7. Sweep the Sharks, beat the Blackhawks in 7. So the real Stanley Cup winners. And then they beat the Penguins there in 5. Penguins beat the Rangers there in 5, Devils in 5, Lightning in 7 before falling to the Kings. We'll take a look at the awards next year. We already know all the team awards. Individual, Stamkos, Art Ross, and the Hart. Hedman got the James Norris a little bit earlier than he did in real life. Singley, Lady Banks. So far, it's a clean sweep for the Lightning. Gustafson, that Leafs guy, Calder, I kind of figured. Jonathan Quick, Conn Smythe. Jimmy Howard, one of the vets that I saw. He didn't have the highest save percentage, but he had the highest goals against average, but I think it's because Detroit, such a good team in front of him. Devin Dubnyk, William Jennings Trophy. Wow, okay. This random guy in Vegas, Bill Masterton. Leafs coach Jack Adams. Davidson gets a selfie again, very cool. Stammer, Ted Lindsay, and Obi there, of course, won the race for sure. And this is a tough retirement year, guys. A lot of real players retiring. You got Willie Mitchell there. Alex Kovalev, 40 years old. He was on the Bruins. Joe Vanosky there on the Flames. Tom Kostopoulos, Brent Sopel, Darko Ruutu there. Nick Lidstrom finally calls it quits at 43. So he played one more year than he did in real life. And he could have kept going. Like I pointed out before, he was still at 89. He had 74 points this past season. Roman Hamlet there was on the Red Wings and Tires. Mike Rupp, a lot of people probably know him from the Netflix documentary. Jason Arnott there, Rob Niedermeyer, Todd Marchand. Let's see, Mike Greer. Daniel Alfredson calls it quits with the Sens, never makes it to the Red Wings. Pronger calls it quits as well at 39. Anyone else, kind of big names here? Mike Knuble, and that's it. So, yeah, some legends really. Pronger, Alfredson, Lidstrom. Some Hall of Famers retired this season. And so we're at the 2013 draft now, guys. Here's a look at the draft class. McKinnon there, first overall, medium franchise. That was a tough one because people were literally arguing him being the best player in the world a couple years ago, better than McDavid. Now everyone's saying he's 3 behind Matthews. His rookie year was good. His sophomore year was a slump. I think he's probably franchise, though. Barkov, number 2 there. Jake Densel, number 3. He was actually a third-round pick, but one of the better players from this draft class. Seth Jones there. Shea Theodore. I think you could argue Shea Theodore was the best defenseman to come from this class. I don't think there's any other skaters. In terms of goalies, there should be goalies in like every draft class because you can actually create more goalies than players. So Ilya Sorokin here, I think he's a medium lead. Saros there, Tristan Jarry, Cal Peterson. I thought Shesterkin was in the same class as Sorokin. Or you know what it is? Sorokin got drafted in 2014. He was actually eligible to be drafted in 2013, but no one did. So he's going to get drafted here for sure. Very, very cool to see how that's going to work out. So I'm not going to take a real guy. I'll take this Bellamy dude first overall, and then I think, probably Dallas will take McKinnon second. They've already gotten Couturier and Thomas Hertl, so Dallas is loading up. So I just took the first 2 rounds, guys. I totally messed up. For some reason, I thought I took the Bellamy guy. So what we're going to do, since I accidentally took McKinnon, is trade him in Dallas for Barkov, then trade Barkov to Carolina for the Bellamy dude. But obviously, McKinnon 1, Barkov 2 there. Barkov's a high elite. Gensel goes 4 to Minnesota. Seth Jones 5 to Atlanta. Shea Theodore 7 there to the Coyotes. After that, I think you're probably looking at a goalie for some real-life prospects, and it's going to be Sorokin. And he went to the Montreal Canadiens. I don't know what they're doing drafting goalies with Carey Price. Saros there goes to the Ducks, 73 medium elite. It's pretty good rating for a goalie out of the draft, especially in this game. Now, it's tough to make their ratings. I'm pretty sure he's like a 65, but because he's still young, depending on how he sims, during those junior years, essentially, you don't know how he's going to grow. Tristan Jarry, 70 medium starter there, taken by the Vegas Golden Knights, and Cal Peterson, 67 medium starter, taken by the Preds. Also, guys, if you're curious, check out McKinnon's stats out of the draft. 83 overall, franchise potential. He tore up the queue there with Halifax. He's a sniper. I think I messed up. I should have made him a playmaker, but yeah, he's going to be a very good player here for the Dallas Stars. Let's run through free agency period here, guys. Will Sidney Crosby be a free agent? No, okay, so Pittsburgh must have retained him unless they trade his rights or something at the draft, which you'd think that would pop up. Tarasenko wants 11.5, 87 at 22, he's an RFA. Rich Peverley got up to an 87, that's really impressive. It's more of a third-line guy usually. Derek Roy there, Joffrey Lupul, wants 10 mil. Mike Ribeiro, Ryan Whitney there, he's looking for a payday. He's up to an 86, he played pretty well for the Calgary Flames. Devin Sitaguchi, I guess our GM, or assistant GM, likes Brooks Light. Sergei Kostitsyn there, Andy McDonald. Roman Josi, 85 overall right now at 23, also an RFA. Nathan Horton there is available, Marker Classic. Some pretty good players. Blake Wheeler, 2016 RFA, he's not, only an 85, so maybe next time I do this, I make Wheeler a high elite opposed to medium so he grows faster. Quick here, a free agent. The Kings, when they come, Quick says see ya. Howard as well with the Wings. Bobrovsky there, free agent at 25, 87 medium elite. Havlich, Lennon, Brain Holt, he's an RFA. Tim Thomas is down to 84 now, so he dropped quite a bit since he was like a 90 or 92. Marty Bertour, Heavy Woolen, both 41 holding on. I'm guessing probably both retire this season.
Melted to perfection. Try the new toasted baguettes from Panera.
And I just checked here, guys. Crosby said, screw 8.7. I want to get paid. Signed just under $12 million there for the next 7 years, 8 years. Till the end of this video, that's for sure. So at the start of the 13-14 season now, guys, as you can see here, Jonathan Quick signs with the Devils, leaves the defending Stanley Cup champion LA Kings. The Islanders here, I just wanted to show you guys, Corey Schneider up to a 90 for them. He was like, what, 85? 1 year left to grow. He must have had a good season. I mean, I don't want to say must, so I can check it. Yeah, .922, 2.59. Some nice stats for him. The Rangers here, this is crazy. Bertuur signs the Rangers, leaves the Devils. I mean, he didn't leave the Devils real life, went to the Blues, so I just think it's not that unrealistic. And then Phoenix here gets Bobrovsky, so kind of funny because Brizgalov left their team to Philly, and this, Bobrovsky leaves Philly for the Coyotes. Also, too, guys, I want to show you Mark-Peter Vlasic here signed with the Buffalo Sabres, no longer a San Jose Shark. And then you got the Edmonton Oilers here getting Devin Setoguchi. Big payday for him, $9.4 million. I saw Gagne up to an 86 with high top 9 potential, so that's pretty good growth based on his potential there. Everybody's an 84, Hull's up to a 90 now. LA Kings here, I noticed, made a pretty big signing. They got Ryan Whitney, so he's joining the defending Stanley Cup champions. He's just going to pass that puck around. We'll see how he does. And two, in regards to Tarasenko, I kind of figured he'd stay in St. Louis, and that is the case. Signed almost $12 million there. And if you guys are curious, right here, look at the Kings Stanley Cup winning lineup. Sharp, Kopitar, Simmons, first line. Williams, Little, Palatz on that team. Ponikarovsky, Dinas Zubris, the Santilla guy, I think he's made up. Yeah, the 10th pick, 2023. Dustin Powell, the fourth line, Brain Shen, Chimera, nasty fourth line. Ryan Whitney's on the top there. Doughty, you got Matt Green, Jack Johnson, Martinez, Francois Beauchemin. Obviously, they lost quick, but they got Bernier and Martin Jones there net, so really not that bad. What's kind of crazy is actually they won the Cup in 2012 and 2014 in real life.
I can fucking see.
In 2013.
How the fuck do they come in
I believe the Buffalo Sabres got last year trying to get Ekblad, which Florida actually won him after getting second last. Florida's team just doesn't really look that great, so they might actually get Aaron Ekblad. We'll take a quick look at the Sabres. Sabres look about as good, it's not the best. So yeah, we'll see who wins Aaron Ekblad. Alright guys, we're at the trade deadline here again. No blockbuster trade alert, so we'll see what went down. Tobias Enstrom moving to Ottawa. Like, that's a pretty decent trade. Nathan Gerby to Columbus. That's kind of cool because obviously he ended up there. Heavy Bull to the Lightning. Back to the Lightning, I should say. PA Frank to the Blue Jackets. Are you kidding me? Mike Richards goes to the LA Kings just like in real life. Philly there gets a first round pick and a prospect. That's awesome. I feel like as long as Mike Richards is still 85, that's probably a blockbuster trade. And then Lumir Visnovsky there goes to the Devils. That's a pretty big one. Andre Mazaros, Mark Stewart go to the Columbus Blue Jackets. Brian Boyle to the Flames. Okay, Pittsburgh there gets Ben Bishop in exchange for a first and fourth round pick. Last I saw, Bishop was an 82. He must have gone up to like at least 85. And the Flames trade their captain, the heart soul of the team, Joe McGinley, the Nashville Predators. How is that not a blockbuster? I mean, they gave up Cal Peterson, and then they also gave up a prospect there. Unless he's being elite, maybe McGinley's gone down in rating quite a bit. Adam McQuaid goes to Detroit, and that's it. So, I mean, some big trades, I think. McGinley, Bishop.
Oh, that was in, dude.
That's a pretty good trade deadline. Now, at the end of the season now, guys, again, Blackhawks win the division. Avalanche, Blues, Blue Jackets, Red Wings make the playoffs. The Red Wings are actually second last in the division about the trade deadline, but I see our division's insane. Wild 89, Predators 88, second last in the division, and miss. So the Central's stacked. Yeah, look at the Pacific. Canucks, Kings, and Sharks, and a lot more teams there in the 70s. Over in the East, you got the Lightning, Bruins, Panthers, Maple Leafs. So the Panthers do not finish second last like they do in real life. Even the Sabres did better than last place. Penguins, Devils, Rangers, Capitals make it in from the Metro. Okay, so we'll take a look at the league standings here. Canucks taking home the President's Trophy. They finally do it from the Blackhawks, only by 3 points there. Last place, let's see. It's the Ottawa Senators. They're below us and Vegas. Philly's actually tied with them, low 68, so they're selling, they're rebuilding. Kind of like real life. They lose Pronger, trade away Richards and Carter. They go with Giroux. They kind of start that youth movement. I think they still have Carter, though. Atlanta, Edmonton, Dallas, Phoenix. Vegas actually did better than a lot of teams. So, yeah, considering where they started from, that's pretty impressive. Nicholas Perk for our team. put up 75-82. That's also pretty impressive. Obi 111, Stammer 111, Crosby 94. He kind of slacks off a bit once he gets the new contract. Parise, Lecavalier 33, still putting up points. Kovalchuk, same be there at 38. Martin Earham on the Golden Knights, Gabrick. I feel like Obi 65 goals, yeah, does put him the Reacher Sharp there.